Welcome, everyone. Welcome our guests. I'm Sebastian Boyer, the approved guy. This is the Kingdom Finance team, and let's start sharing. Here we go. All right, so the agenda for tonight, as every Tuesday evening, is going to be the same. We're going to have a client presentation, business opportunity, which is really short and quick, and then Kingdom team training. So, number one question or statement here is not so much important how much money you make, because that's always very important, right? We all want to make a lot of money, and everybody's focused on that. Where are we going to invest money and how we're going to make money? But what's even more important is how much money you keep, right? You make $1 million and you have nothing to show for it, then that's just a lot of time that you spent and energy wasted. Most of us store our money in bank accounts with institutions that turn around and put our money to work in their own investments. And then they charge us interest and fees when we need to borrow from them. But what if, instead of enriching and empowering the banks of the world, you could store your money in a special account that enriches and empowers you and your family? What if that special account provided you with tax-free compound interest growth, along with the ability to borrow against the cash value of the account without interrupting the compounding interest growth? What if that special account would act as a true hedge for your investments, or in other instances as a volatility buffer? What if that special account could be used to pay off debt, as an emergency fund, as an opportunity fund, to supplement your retirement plan, and ultimately as part of the legacy or inheritance that you leave behind? That special account does exist, and it's properly called infinite banking, otherwise becoming your own bank. What it really is a whole life insurance policy, but not just any whole life insurance policy, a mutually owned, high cash value, dividend paying whole life insurance policy designed for maximum cash savings. And it is to be used as the foundational account that all other accounts draw from. Some of the common uses include as an emergency fund, as an opportunity fund, for debt consolidation or a wealth transfer, as a college savings fund, business funding, home improvement, travel or vacation, wedding or special events, as well as a supplemental retirement income. Some of the key benefits include guaranteed compound interest growth, tax-free and deferred growth. The money is liquid and inaccessible, protected by the death benefit, protection from litigation, currency standard protection, and it gives every dollar several jobs. You're building generational wealth, and you have living benefits. So it's very simple. Our cash flow and income that would normally sit in a savings account or get spent frivolously is going to be directed into a whole life high cash value policy. And then from the whole life cash value policy, we're able to borrow from there to fill in the blanks. Now, that could be to pay off debt. That could be to invest in the real estate market. That could be to invest in Bitcoin. Whatever it is you want to do, you can use the money infinite ways, infinite times, why it's called infinite banking. Now, if you couple that up with a living trust, that equals generational wealth. An estate planning trust, which is typically a revocable living trust, and there are different types of trusts, this is the most simple one, will allow you to avoid probate and create rules and laws in your trust with if-then statements where you can control exactly how your wealth is distributed. So not only are you able to put your assets such as real estate, vehicles, expensive jewelry, mink, any assets that you have into the trust becomes the owner of the asset. But with your life insurance policy, you can make the trust the owner of the policy, and you can make the trust the beneficiary. So then inside the trust is the one who inherits the death benefit. And with your laws, rules, and statements inside your trust, you can control how the trust and how your wealth is dispersed to the next generation. So you can literally control how that happens. So, this is a play on words, but your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. because hopefully we're all going to heaven. That's the plan. And so while we're in heaven, our will, which was written into our trust, will delegate and instruct how that wealth gets distributed to the next generation. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22 says, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Sadly, it is estimated that 70% of generational wealth doesn't make it past the second generation, and 90% disappears by the third generation. 74% of Americans don't have 2 months of savings to cover an emergency, and 40% have no retirement savings. The average American household is paying $1,583 in debt payments every single month. That's just about $19,000 per year. And over the span of 30 years, that equals $570,000. What if there was a way to not just pay off that debt, but transfer it into wealth? What if you could transfer the debts that you owe from banks, creditors, and vendors to debts that you own inside of your whole life insurance policy? That is called a wealth transfer. When you pay it off, instead of having an empty bank account, what's left is a whole life insurance policy with cash value that will continue to grow for the rest of your life instead of an empty bank account. At Kingdom Finance Team, we've got you covered because we know that everyone is at a different level on their journey. Some clients need help with credit. Some clients need help with financing. Some clients need help with debt. And some clients are ready to take hundreds of thousands of dollars and put it into a policy to protect their liquid assets, grow their generational wealth. So whether you're at the very beginning of your life, you're just turning 18 or 19 years old, or you're a 27 years old, just coming out of college, you're a 45-year-old, 50-year-old person who never saved, and you're trying to catch up, it's okay. Wherever you are on your journey, it's important that you get started sooner than later. And the reason why is no one can guarantee tomorrow. Nobody, right? And not only can we not guarantee our life tomorrow, but we can't guarantee our insurable interest. Our insurable interest our insurability, excuse me. Our insurability just means that tomorrow I can walk out of my house, slip on a banana peel, and not be insurable anymore. Today I'm insurable, tomorrow I'm not, much less if something worst case scenario, knock on wood, happens and you pass away and you have nothing to leave behind, right? So that's number one. And then number two is the opportunity cost, because as time goes, if you're not growing your money and if it's not compounding, you're losing out on that opportunity. Before you know, 5 years has passed, all of that potential compound growth did not happen because you're waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. So the sooner that we take action is the sooner we can start realizing the compound interest growth. We can start leveraging the cash value and paying off our debt, completing a wealth transfer, or investing it into assets. And along the way, if our clients need help with debt elimination, if they need help with credit, if they need help with taxes, asset protection, we have the resources to provide that for our clients. So if you were invited to this meeting tonight by any of our agents on our team, at the end of this call later tonight, you're going to receive an email at some point to schedule a clarity call. A clarity call is going to be about a 30-minute to an hour session on Zoom, one-on-one with the agent who invited you, where you can look at a potential illustration of what a policy would look like for you. We don't push, we don't force. It's the opportunity for you to see what it would look like, and from that, then we have a further conversation. To complete a clarity call, the number one question you have to ask yourself is, how much money am I currently saving yearly? The next question is, how much money would I like to save yearly? And if you're not saving as much money as you'd like, or if you're not saving any money at all, The question is why. The answer to that question is because our savings, the money we want to put into savings, is going to pay off debt. That's the number one reason why we're not saving money, is because we're paying off debt. Now, if you're someone who is leveraging debt and you're investing, then schedule your clarity call to see how you can leverage your policy to create a hedge on your investments. Now, if you're interested in becoming an agent or a team member, of course, this is a licensed industry. So the life insurance license is called a 215 license that you would need to get if you'd like to partner with us and become a team member to be able to sell insurance. Some of our agents are actively selling. Some agents are just referring, and we will work out a compensation and a commission structure that is going to be aggressive and help you to not just supplement your income, but the goal is for this to become your full-time, part-time, full-time income, meaning you can make so much income that you don't have to work a full-time 40-hour week. You can simply work your own schedule as a entrepreneur, as a business owner. If you are already a business owner, if you have clients, then this can become an added value, an asset that you can add to your repertoire of services that you're providing to your clients. Again, the license is the 215 license. Now, when you join the Kingdom Finance team, you're also joining a bigger team called Life 180. Life 180 is the agency that our team is a part of. Life 180 is owned by Chris Kirkpatrick. That's me interviewing Chris on my YouTube channel, on the Approved Guy YouTube channel. Chris Kirkpatrick is an amazing person, extremely smart, extremely intelligent. He's written a book called Cash Flow Hacking, releasing a new version of that book very shortly. You can check out his channel at Life 180. That's the name of the channel. And I urge everyone to digest his content and really learn from Chris. I spoke with him earlier today, and we're planning on having Chris join us next Tuesday for our session next Tuesday. And Tyler, which is Chris's partner, will also be joining to talk to us about annuities and to get into more details of how annuities work and the different nuances of the carriers that we're working with for the annuities. So I stress this, or I'm showing you guys this, because I think it's important to know that, as an agent, you're not relying on just one person, me, to be your support, to help you with illustrations, to help you with training, but you have a team, an agency with at least 10 people in customer service that can support you in illustrations, training, in just anything that you need, including marketing, whatever it is that you need to grow your business at any level. Okay, so that's who's behind us, and of course, I'm personally appointed with about 10 insurance carriers, and that list is growing. We can provide everything from whole life insurance to term life insurance to long-term insurance, long-term care insurance, to annuities. So these are the four major things that we're looking to provide folks with. Is going to be the whole life insurance savings strategy, convertible terms, for those that can either only afford term or want to secure a term policy and then be able to convert that into a whole life policy at a later time. Annuities for those that want to invest for their retirement plan. And as we talked about last week, there's a growth annuity, and then there's an income guarantee annuity. And then finally, the long-term care plan, which I recently found out is actually through OneAmerica, which is one of the carriers we're with, that provides a supplemental, a long-term plan that's very, very powerful in the event someone loses their income. And the main reason that's so important is because with the whole life policy, guys, the living benefits are amazing, but they don't come in. You won't be able to tap into the living benefits on a whole life policy if you just lost your job and therefore lost your income. It would only come into play if there was critical illness or terminal illness or specialized or special medical conditions, right? So it is still important to have that conversation and ask the clients if they'd be interested in learning more about long-term care. So anyways, these are some of the solutions that we bring to the table. These are some of the options available to help folks. And again, our team above and beyond um, the Kingdom Finance team is going to be Life 180. Make sure you check out Chris and be here next week to hear from Chris and Tyler next week. So that is it for our presentation as far as the opportunity as well as the product. Short and sweet, right to the point. I hope that was valuable for everybody.